Yeah, so I came across this video of this Gen Z. I don't know what they call them now. There's Gen X, Gen Y, but she's probably in her early 20s. So what would that make her? I don't know. But I watched this video for a minute, and she was blaming us older folks, us retirees, us boomers, for the financial condition that she's in. And I'm gonna play this video for you, and then I'll be right back.
Boomers want to know what it's like being young in 2025? Here it is. I just got off an 8-hour shift at work where I make double minimum wage in my state. I hop in my car, check my banking app. Cool, I've got $50 to last me till next week. Then I remember, oh shit, I have to run to Walmart because the wire in my bra snapped. I don't have underwear because it keeps going missing. My eyelash curler broke, and I have no food. I bought 4 things. 4 fucking things, and it came out to $40! I'm living off granola bars. But I hop my depressed ass back in my car, and I look at my banking app again. Oh cool, I've got $10 now to last me till next week. I try to drive, but my car keeps misfiring. I can't afford to fix that. So I keep on parking, turning off my car, turning it back on until it decides to act right. 30 minutes later, I'm finally heading home to my 4 roommates. I pay $8.50 a month. Now give him that's everything included, but $8.50 a month with 4 roommates. Remember back in the good old days when a man could afford to feed, raise, house his family on minimum wage? And he had a second family on the side who he also housed, fed, and raised. You know what I say to all that? Fuck you. You guys had it so fucking easy, and then you destroyed everything behind you. Fuck you.
Okay, guys, welcome back. Look, so anyways, watching the video, she's blaming boomers, you know, baby boomers, Gen X. And I don't have a problem with that because everybody looks to places of blame on somebody because of their issues. But I just remember when I was younger and just starting off, my wife and I had just married, and we were going in the direction of starting our own businesses. And it was a trial. It definitely was. That's what we chose to do with our lives, is to be self-employed, self-sufficient. And it was a struggle. I remember, weeks on end, months on end, if we were going to be able to make it to pay a bill. But we did it. We made it through there. We raised our kids, and they're all doing fine. So I look at people, whether they go to college and they're eating ramen noodles, they're, trying. I mean, you hear it from everybody that goes to college, okay? And I shouldn't say everybody. The majority of people that go to college, they don't have 3-course meals and eat 3-4 times a day. They get by with what they have, and then they pursue their dream. They get a job, and they start getting their finances in order. Then they're able to, get a place to live, buy food, buy clothing, buy a vehicle, eventually buy a house. And now you're talking about these younger people in their 20s, early 30s that can't afford a home. And I understand, but everybody is not going to be able to, they call it a first-time home buyer. I remember when I first started building, I was building for first-time home buyers, 1,200 square foot, 1,400 square foot, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, just a small ranch, full basement. It was pretty nice. Don't get me wrong, but it wasn't 3, 4, 5, 6,000 square feet, 6 bedrooms, 4.5 baths. It wasn't. You gradually work up to that. Some people don't hit that until they're in their 40s and their kids are teenagers by then. Who knows? But what I'm saying is, if you want 20-something to afford, a brand new car and, have all their clothing and that type of thing, and she kept going on that she didn't have $20 in her you know, to her $10 to her name, you know, eating granola bars and whatever. I mean, I don't know where these people are coming from, because even people in their 50s, 60s, and 70s, I watch these videos of the people and they're living off Social Security and they're getting $1,200, $1,500 a month, and they got to be able to pay for, you know, their utility bills. They're outrageous, and their home bills and their taxes and all these other things. With that kind of money, they got to go out and get another job, right? I just, some people, listen, we all make mistakes. We all make our bed. We all do stupid things through life, even as you get older, okay? But to blame it on boomers because you don't have these fascinating items, to me, I always talk to people, I said, what was life like back 100 years ago? I mean, we didn't have freezers or refrigerators. We didn't, all these conveniences that we have, they didn't have them back then. I remember a kid that, you know, we couldn't go to the store and get fresh milk. We had to have it delivered. We didn't have a microwave. You know, I mean, I don't remember getting pizza every week or every month, or watching football games, eating snacks. It was hard to think of things like that, like we have now. I mean, I can run down, order pizza, and pick it up. Back when I was a kid, pizza on your birthday was a treat. That's all you ever seen it. My mother would make it, but you didn't have a lot. You wore your shoes out till you had holes in them, right? I mean, everybody can identify with that. Some people, maybe their parents are set up pretty well. Majority of people, I went to a private school. My folks provided for me to go to a private school, but they didn't have a lot of money for me to keep up with the rest of the kids in the class. I didn't have, you know, 5, 6 outfits every week to change in and out of, and the whole month had a new wardrobe like some of the kids did. But the majority of people in my neighborhood, you wore your shoes out till they were smooth. I mean, there was no tread left in them. And we didn't have Adidas's and Nikes back then. It was a Converse. You know how them Converse shoes were. I mean, you're lucky you didn't lose your Achilles heel back then, you know, with them shoes. So for someone to come blame boomers because they had it made, let me see. I think my dad always used to tell me that his was the greatest generation, from when he was born, probably 1930, to you know, during that 1960s, 1978, when the oil crisis, 1979 was the oil crisis. Everything went to pot after that. Things skyrocketed. And I look at, she said the one man had to make the money and the woman got to stay at home, and they had enough for, you know, the rest of the family. They did. My dad worked, my mom stayed at home and was busy as no end, okay? She deserved all the accolades she could get. She was a hard-working woman, and probably harder working than my dad. But, well, I know she was, in fact. But I just look at, you can't compare the generations to one to the other. There's no way. That's like comparing Michael Jordan with LeBron James. It ain't happening, okay? It's just not. And you can't look back and say, we blame you because you guys had it made. The people I blame are the corporations and the global elite, right? What happened was, when the woman realized that she could be independent, get her own job, her own career, have her own life, be self-sufficient, she didn't need the man around. And that's when the corporations realized, hey, there's 2 incomes coming in, and we better raise our prices because these are too cheap. You know, you could go out and buy, you know, I remember when the Burger King Whopper was a Whopper, right? And you could buy 30-cent hamburgers, and gasoline was less than $1 a gallon. 59 cents. I remember when I first got my car, I think the most I paid was 89 cents a gallon. It was crazy. I mean, I look back and I think, but now you got to raise all the prices because you got two incomes, and now most people can't. I think I read something like 50-60% of people making over 100 grand a year are living paycheck to paycheck. And I think a lot of that is people are just consuming. They're consuming and they're not being practical with their money. You can live, I mean, you can live off of a few bucks a week with groceries and still eat well. I mean, it's just my wife and I, and we can eat high protein meals every meal, but you don't need to eat constantly. You know, most people think you got to eat 4 or 5 meals a day and snack in between. You know, breakfast, lunch, you go out to eat. All these people, I see them lined up at McDonald's in the morning and the coffee shops. They just go out into the street. I mean, if you're doing that, yeah, I could see you spending $25 for breakfast and $30, $40 for lunch. And then the kids will get home and you order out DoorDash and you're spending $75. Yeah, you don't have any money because both man and woman have to work, and she doesn't or he doesn't, whoever you want to look at. I don't mind cooking. But that's the reality we live in. And if you think you're a young person and you're going to have that same lifestyle as someone that's 20, 30, 40, 50 years older than you are, it's unrealistic. It's unreal until you go through that grind of your 20s. Maybe you have to get 2 or 3 jobs. Maybe you have to move to a different location where there's a better job. Maybe you have to sacrifice and take something lower. You got to live in a different neighborhood. You can't live in a gated community and have, you know, a brand new car in the driveway. It's unrealistic. I mean, you don't get them things until you're older. You can be fortunate enough to walk right into a job and make, you know, $200,000 a year and afford what you want to buy. I mean, I guess, but the majority of people, I would say, can't do something like that. They live on a shoestring budget, and this gal to complain that she doesn't have it made because boomers or older people do. There's a lot of boomers that I know, probably 3/4 of them, they didn't save for retirement. They don't have things planned. They got to go work another job. They got to go greet at Walmart or pick up another side job. So I think it's totally unrealistic for people to think that they can just walk into somewhere, demand their money, and they're all set. So you guys take it for what it's worth, and comment, what do you guys think? You think that she should be able to walk right in and have everything she wants, or she's got to pay the price like everybody else does and work her way to that comfortable living she wants and be able to, I don't know. Leave a comment. I appreciate it. You guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you on the next video. Bye now.